Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wiley Drake, and we're broadcasting to you live from Sacramento, California's capital. And we just thank you so much for listening. This is sort of a test broadcast. We're only going to do 2 or 3 minutes, but I am going to take advantage of it. I'm not just going to count down numbers, not going to just say test, test, test. What I'm going to do is do a brief introduction, if you will. It's about 2 hours before our show comes on, about 2 hours and 8 minutes before we come on our regular show. Now, when we do come on, there will be two telephone numbers that you can get to come on the line with us. The first one is 714 865 8132. The second number that you can reach us on is also a 714 number, and that 714 number is 865-8147. Now, those two numbers will be numbers that you can reach us with, and you can talk to us, you can share with us. We'll put you on speakerphone, put you on the air with us, put you on radio, and put you on television. Now, we will be probably having to push some buttons in order to answer the call-in phone, because we'll be on the other phone as well as call in. We'll also have the Crusade radio line on there as well. So we'll see how it works. Either of those two numbers, though, I would suggest maybe the latter number, 714-865-8147. That's the Barbara Drake Memorial Hotline. And I know of no better way to dedicate this California show than my dear wife, who was a born Texan, but really at heart was a Californian and is still a Californian. Even there in heaven, I'm sure she's walking around saying, yeah, I've been where my husband is today there in Sacramento. She used to come here with me when we would come up here with the assembly and picket and politic a little bit and lobby primarily the assemblymen in California are the ones that are the most important for trying to get things done and trying to keep things from happening, trying to promote life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, trying to promote traditional family values. We'll also be talking about another company who promoted traditional values, and that is Chick-fil-A. And I'll be talking to you a little bit about why I am upset, not with Dan Cathy, but or with Chick-fil-A. I'm still buying Chick-fil-A, by the way. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about where I buy my Chick-fil-A and why I don't shop at any Chick-fil-A store. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about, I almost got in trouble today. I was on an Amtrak train headed north, and it became time for the Wiley Drake show. So I found out that they had Wi-Fi on the train, and so I hooked my computer up to Wi-Fi and started to broadcast. And unfortunately, their Wi-Fi is good for downloading of emails and Facebook and those kind of things, but they're not really good. They don't have the top quality, high upload speed Wi-Fi on the train. So I stopped the Wi-Fi on the train and I opened up my Wiley Wi-Fi. I opened up my good old trusty Samsung Verizon hotspot, got it online, and then I put my computer, broadcast computer, on that hotline, and I was broadcasting hot on my hotspot from my laptop in the lounge car, one of the lounge cars on the Amtrak trains. We're going north. Now, many of you know I'm a loudmouth, and sometimes when I'm praying or preaching or teaching, people say, you have to be so loud. Well, evidently, now I don't know this for a fact, but they said that they were going to have to come in and shut me down. That was the phrase they used. I'm going to have to shut him down. And so I said, okay. So I called my friend who's an attorney, and my friend said, if you're in a public place and you're doing what you're doing, and other people are talking on their cell phones and using their laptops, they cannot say to you, you can't do it because you're broadcasting a picture. That's unconstitutional. Now, I tried to be as cooperative as I could, and I know our friend down in Arizona has been very cooperative, Brother Michael, and he's been very, very cooperative. Salman, Salman. He's been very cooperative, and I tried to be cooperative, so I said, okay. One of the ladies, as a lady in the car came by, and I said, was I too loud? She said, well, yeah, you were a little loud. So I said, okay. And so then I moved, just as I'm doing right now, I moved the camera over close to me, and I said, now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to cease being so loud. I'm going to quieten down just a little bit. And so I did. I quietened down. And I thought, well, now, if they come by, I'm ready for a fight. And so they came back by, and they said something to me to the effect that they were going to shut me down. And I said, well, let me call my attorney. I had my attorney on the line just a moment ago, and my attorney informed me that what I'm doing is constitutionally protected. And so if you shut me down, first of all, you're not going to shut me down. I'm going to keep broadcasting. And so I did keep broadcasting. Well, we're going to talk about this a little later in the show, and I hope you'll be here at 5 o'clock. We'll be doing our show live from Sacramento, the capital of the state known for its fruits and nuts, no pun intended. And so we'll be here. And I just want to say to you, thank you so much for allowing me to give you this little preview. Come back tonight. Let's talk about Amtrak. Let's talk about Chick-fil-A. Let's talk about concentration camp prisons. I know Joe Arpaio has been a real hero to some of you. And I know some of you think, man, he's a tough dude. He took criminals in and he treated them like they ought to be treated. Well, he did that to a point, and then he went overboard. You see, many of those prisoners that are in that hellhole called Tent City, they're not even convicted yet. They've only been charged, and they don't have a hearing, and sometimes it takes them a long time to get a hearing because the courts are backed up. That's not their fault, but they have to stay in jail until they're arraigned, and so they stay in jail for a long time. Totally innocent. Now you say, well, wait a minute. They wouldn't be in jail if they weren't innocent. Well, they are innocent until proven guilty. And so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And let me get this phone here. Good afternoon. This is Wiley Drake. Can I help you? I'm sorry? Well, I don't know. Some say I'm not okay, but I think I am. I am there, and right now I'm doing a test broadcast. Um, I almost got in trouble. Did you hear? Have you heard it? You haven't heard about the trouble? Do you have about Amtrak? Do you have time for me to tell you? Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm hot, but I'm at the hotel and I'm broadcasting as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, I have on the. Okay. Well, we're just doing a test. But wait a minute. Before you go, I want you to help me do a test broadcast, all right? Hang on. Are you still there? All right, hang on. Are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this little test broadcast, and what better way to test a broadcast than to bring in the executive administrator, the executive personal administrator of the host of the show. And we have recorded that laugh before on the Wiley Drake Show, and we're doing it again. So, Miss Producer, introduce yourself, please.
Corey Hawkins, Pastor Drake's wonderful assistant and so much more. And I have to go.
Okay, God bless you. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was my personal administrative assistant, Corey Harkins. If you'd like to be on the show, let me just tell you this. If you'd like to be on the show today, you got to call us on the phone. And call us on either 714-865-8132 or 714-865-8147. If you want to book yourself for the future, you want to come on the show, you want to talk about something, you want to be a guest, there are three ways you can be a guest on the Wiley Drake Show. Number one, you can come to our studio at 6801 Western Avenue in the city of Buena Park, at the studio of the First Southern Baptist Church of Buena Park, home of the Wiley Drake Show, home of the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C., home of the Telephonic Prayer Meeting Movement, and home of the Homeless Church, and home to a shelter who saw more than 500 people come to know Jesus as Lord last year. In a year's time, we have over 2,500, about 2,500 come through there. But anyway, we're doing a little test broadcast. We're going to go off now and come back later. God bless you and have a great, great day.